Okay, so it seems like this is not... It's eating rocks. Nice. It seems like this is not the ideal base for me at the moment. Damn it. Alright, well, I found something strange. I guess the adventure was not for nothing. A bigger version of the chef pouch would be a little bit broken, I think. I think it's fine the way it is. I'm not sure why everyone is talking about it being a bad item. It's pretty bad in terms of, like, you know, using it. Usually things in the game are gauged by how many slots they give. Backpacks anyway. But it has an alternative use. So it's kind of like the insulated pack, which is also kind of bad. But it has its uses. I used to use that item when I was going into the caves and the ruins. I'd spend like a whole season there or something. So the pack would become pretty good. Though I think having an icebox in a cave base is just better. So that kind of sucks for it. Okay, so the bird is there. I wasn't able to get the doi doi, I was off by like 5 seconds. The season should be ending soon, I believe. 2 days, I believe. So once the season ends, I'll be able to explore everything. Exploration will be a top priority. I like ROG or Shipwrecked more. I like ROG more. I should put this in the FAQ area. Everybody asked me this. At the moment, I like ROG more because there's more content. The Hang 10 patch and Shipwrecked last patch made the game really, really bad for me. But it wasn't like unplayable bad. This patch made a lot of things better, plus it added some really cool stuff. So it's getting to the point where I might like Shipwrecked more. It's still hard to say though. It's way too early. Oh, I guess that's one weakness of having fires away from this area, but once I get the obsidian fire pit, which should be very soon, I think it'll be fine. Hang 10 was a really terrible patch. It wasn't thought out very well, and Well, I've gone over it like a billion times. It's over now. That's all that matters. Thankfully, it's over now. I don't have to play that stupid patch anymore. I actually need to use this. For most players, it's not really relevant. Because most players don't make big bases anyway. But yeah, for the people who do make big bases, it was very unfortunate. You didn't make big bases before, but now you started to because you started watching. Yeah, it's fun. I haven't had a really nice base in a while though. For Shipwrecked, anyway. The Weber base was starting to look okay, but then I started getting obsessed with whale hunting. Whale hunting and Tralnay, I got obsessed with those things. That ended up taking up a lot of time. And then that patch happened. Obviously after that it was even more difficult. Something here is out of place. The umbrella is. I think everybody should make big bases. It's so fun. Ow! I didn't see that. Fine, I guess I'll be king. I am the king now. I wasn't paying attention at all. When you don't pay attention, bad stuff happens. I'm actually getting really tired. I've been awake for a while now. Okay, so now, monkey time. Season's over, monkey time. Oh, what the? I didn't cook that. Oh, how perfect. Everything ended up fitting. Hello, welcome back. So that did end up being seafood gumbo, huh? Alright. When you stop streaming, you usually wake up? Yeah, it's not good for... if you're in North America, I don't stream at good times. I stream at terrible times, actually. If you're overseas somewhere, like Europe or Asia, then these times are good. What do I think about the portable crockpot? I think it's really cool. I actually like it a lot more than Wolani's stupid thing. Wolani's surfboard is very garbage. It's fun for a while, the first little while, and then it becomes junk. I live in North America. That's why the times are Pacific time. Nobody reads the description, I swear. I don't even know why it's there. It's so useless. Nobody ever pays attention to it. Okay, I have 2 machetes. Do I want to keep them? I guess so. They should make it so you can upgrade the surfboard. Yeah, I think so. That'd be a pretty welcome change. Is that necessary? I don't think it was. Yeah, they're stuck anyway. Oh, the bees are fighting! Nice! Free stingers! This is actually ending up... this is actually... Yeah, it's ending up being a really good farm. I was gonna say, it was unexpected that it was gonna be like this. But it seems like using the monkeys, the snakes, and the bees to fight each other is pretty interesting. I believe I can seal this off, though, so they don't actually become sea monkeys. If I do that, that makes it even better. Because they can still attack through walls, I think. I'm pretty sure they can. And if they attack through walls, the farm will continue to be good. Okay, well, there's my sanity. Wait, where are my twigs? Okay, maybe that's not where my sanity is. Damn. How long does the miner hat last? Is it 8 minutes? I can't remember the exact time. I think it's 8 minutes. Or like 7.5 minutes or something. The miner hat is always worth making. I like it a lot. It is worth making, or it is 8 minutes. What is that answering? Which question is that answering? I can't remember if it's actually 8 minutes. I guess you can just look at the wiki. Yeah, you can refuel it. That's the main reason why it's good. If you don't want to refuel it, it's your choice as well. Technically, you can just use one Firefly for the entire miner hat, which is 100%, instead of refueling it. The miner hat doesn't actually disappear, so if you do want to refuel it in the future, that's an option. But it's questionable doing that. Was I really bad when I first played the game? Yeah, of course. Who wasn't really bad when they first started playing the game? Unless they like read up everything and researched everything ahead of time, which I never do. It didn't take long though for me to get good at the game. About 2 weeks. I think I permanently died like 6 times altogether. And I think 5 of the 6 times was within the first 2 weeks of me playing. Obviously the last one was the Walani one, which was laggy, I guess. It was lag. Dying is just learning the game though. Once you die, you just figure out why you died and stop doing it. Eventually, you start figuring out the game. And then you get to survive for a long time and make a base. This one's at 10%. I'll have to repair this. Yeah, Walani died. That map was actually really good, except for the octopus location, I think. So there's no reason to stop the series. Except if I were to die. It was a really stupid death, you can check it out, it's on YouTube. I die the stupidest ways, always. Oops, that was a mistake. Shh. That was a mistake. That was a really bad mistake. It's gonna cost me time. Okay, so the windy season ended already. So that means that I can use the spyglass now. I'm most likely going to be using it here, which is where the most black spots are. When did I last die on this game? I haven't died yet. I'm trying to be careful. Doesn't always work out. Overall, like permanent death? I just said it was like 6 times. 5 or 6 times? I don't know. I think it's 6 times. Let me try and think. Wilson, Willow, WX. not counting intentional deaths. Intentional deaths as in I deleted the game or I suicided for a save slot, which is what happened with the Weber game. The ROG Weber game, not Shipwrecked. Wilson... Maybe 2 Wilsons. I think maybe 2 Wilsons. So Wilson, Willow, WX. Is there something else? I'm trying to think really hard. I can't think of anything. Walani. Wilson, Willow, WX, Walani. There has to be another 1 or 2, I think. I don't recall if Wilson was 1 or 2. Oops, that was a mistake. Lag. That's why you wear armor. Well, that's why I tell people to wear armor, so they don't make that mistake. But it doesn't happen to me often. I'm actually really curious. Oh, there's 2 of these. Okay. Or is it 3? No, this is... No, this is the same game. This is the same game. This was, Yeah, this was the same game. So there's the WX game. I'm not counting adventure mode, because adventure mode is whatever. WX, Wilson, Willow. Willow died here. WX, Willow, Wilson. WX, Willow, Wilson. Was there a Wendy death? No, I don't think so. I never died with Wendy permanently, I think. Deadly Feast is a console-generated item. So some of the deaths, like the starvation one, the gunpowder, like this stuff, this is, like, console-generated suicides. WX, Wilson, Willow, Walani. That's it. WX, Wilson, Walani. Willow. 4 deaths. 4, like, legitimate deaths, where I permanently died in the game because... Ah, stupid window. It always does that. I can't talk when that happens. 4 permanent deaths. It's either 4 or 5. I don't know. Like, I can't tell for sure. I feel like there's like a double in there somewhere. Like 2 Wilsons or 2 Willows. I'm not sure if both those Willows were the same game. They might have been the same game. I'm not sure. They might have been different. So it's 4 or 5 permanent deaths in survival mode, where I legitimately died because I made mistakes, did something stupid, and I had no more respawns left. That's what I mean by legit deaths. So it's like 4 or 5 ever. It's not that many for most people's standards. But I believe that the Walani one should not have happened, because I made a really stupid mistake. Plus, if I wanted to be safe, I would have made an effigy a long time ago. Once you make the precautions, it becomes pretty easy to survive. Why is Wendy my favorite? I just like Wendy. I don't like her in ROG as much. After playing her for a very long time, I realized that she was very weak. Especially because ROG is focused on the late game versus Giants. I like her voice. I think her design is cool. Like aesthetically, I like Wendy the most. But in terms of like playstyle, I like Wickford the most. And effigy is the meat effigy, which I don't have right now for this game. It's also really bad. So you need the beard hair, you need meat, you need boards, and when you die, you respawn at the effigy. If I do make a mistake and die this game for some reason, then I'll respawn at a touchstone. But the Walani game had no touchstone, which is why I was permanent death. Rip. Am I gonna play more ROG? Eventually. I can't give you an actual date. Oh, what the? I'd rather wear this. I don't know when I'm gonna play it. That's why. The effigy doesn't spoil, no. It lowers your max health by 30, I think? So you lose 30 max health permanently. I mean, as long as it's there, it's gonna be 30 less HP. But it allows you to respawn if you die. So if you're playing Maxwell, you have 45 health. It's pretty scary. Almost everything kills you in one hit unless you have armor.